rise. Court resumes. Please be seated.
All right, before the court is filed 261155 FC, it's People of the State of Michigan versus Kemaree Davis. Are you Kemaree Davis, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Davis appears before the court with his attorney, Mr. Ryan Mason. Ms. Jonas is here on behalf of the people of the State of Michigan. Date and time scheduled for a final settlement conference. My understanding is the defendant is prepared to offer the court a plea. Is that correct, Mr. Mason?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Davis, is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
All right, could you please stand and raise your right hand to be sworn as best you can? This matter now pending, you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, put your hand down and grab a seat. All right, do we have an agreement, Ms. Jonas?
Thank you, Your Honor. It is my understanding that the defendant will be tendering a plea. Count 1 will be murder in the second degree. Count 2 will be felony firearm that attaches to murder in the second degree. And count 3 will be carrying a concealed weapon. The people have calibrated this, Your Honor, at 20 years for the murder 2 charge, and obviously the mandatory 2, so that would be 2 years plus 20 years for the murder 2 conviction. And then, as the court knows, the carrying a concealed weapon will be sentenced as the guidelines permit, as it will be absolved within that time.
Okay, all right. Mr. Mason, is
Oh,
that?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, just to make the records clear, we also have anticipated guidelines at 225 months to 375 months on the murder 2.
Okay, all right. Mr. Mason, is that your understanding of the plea agreement as well as the Killebrew agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And most importantly, Mr. Davis, do you understand, did you hear the agreement that was placed on the record by the prosecuting attorney?
Yes, sir.
Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions at this point?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Jonas, could you read the information, please?
You can, Your Honor. In the name of the people of the state of Michigan, county of Muskegon, the prosecuting attorney appears before the court and informs the court that on or about December 1st, 2025, in the city of Muskegon, county of Muskegon, state of Michigan, the defendant did count 1, homicide, murder, second degree, did enact in wanton and willful disregard of the likelihood that the nature or natural tendency of said act would cause death or great bodily harm, kill, and murder 1 Thomas Stewart, and said act without premeditation or deliberation, contrary to MCL 750.317. This is a felony traditionally punished by life or any term of years. A consecutive sentence may be imposed if this death resulted in an operation of a motor vehicle. Count 2 is felony firearm, Your Honor, and in that case, it reads as follows. Did carry or have in his possession a firearm, to wit, a pistol, at the time he committed or attempted to commit the felony murder 2, contrary to MCL 750.227B. This is traditionally a felony of 2 years consecutive and preceding any term of imprisonment imposed for the felony or attempted felony conviction, mandatory forfeiture of weapon or device. And count 3 reads as follows. Did carry a pistol, concealed on or about his person, contrary to MCL 750.227. This is a felony of 5 years or a $2,500 fine, mandatory forfeiture of pistol or weapon or device.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Jonas. All right, Mr. Davis, did you hear the prosecutor read that information?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you understand the name of those offenses? And you understand the name and the elements of those offenses?
What?
Do you understand the name and the elements of those offenses?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the name of the offense in count 1, you're pleading no contest to, is second-degree murder. It's a felony. It's punishable up to life in prison or any term of years. Count 2, you plead no contest to what we call felony firearm. That's as it's connected to count 1. That's also felony. It's punished by a mandatory minimum maximum, so no more, no less than 2 years in prison. And count 3, be pleading no contest to carrying concealed weapon. That's also a felony. It's punished up to 5 years in prison and or a $2,500 fine. There is mandatory forfeiture of the weapon or device as to that charge. Now, count 2 is a felony firearm count. that count is consecutive to and preceding count 1, the second-degree murder charge. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you sure? Okay, so basically what that means, and you're younger, so I want to make sure you understand, okay? So what that means is you got to serve 2 years, okay? 2 years, no more, no less. It's flat time in the Michigan Department of Corrections, okay? Now, count 1 is consecutive to and preceding that, or excuse me, consecutive and proceeding that, okay? So you'll do 2 years, and then you'll do the sentence pronounced by the court, the minimum term, after that, okay, for the second-degree murder, okay? Now, the count 2 is a flat 2 years. Count 1, the court's responsibility is to set both a minimum and a maximum. So the parties have made a Killebrew agreement, so it's an agreement between the prosecution and defense that that sentence will be no more and no less than 20 years, okay? So right now the court still has to make a determination on what your second box is, which means what your maximum is. So the court has to set that somewhere on a term of years, all right? Now, you'll be eligible for parole at the 2 and then plus the 20, but that's up to the Department of Corrections, okay? It depends on your behavior in the Department of Corrections, depends on how many tickets you get, depends on the classes you take. That's up to the parole department. But no matter what, you gotta serve 2 years and then the minimum of 20 years. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions about that?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, as to this charge, you have one of 4 plea choices. First, you can plead guilty, you can plead not guilty, you can stand mute, or you can plead no contest. A no contest plea means you choose not to fight the charge. For record and sentencing purposes, though, it operates as a guilty plea. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
At sentencing, both you and your attorney will be given a reasonable opportunity to read a pre-sentence report and to make additions, corrections, or comments, and the court will pronounce your sentence. What is your plea to count 1, second-degree homicide?
No contest.
What is your plea to count 2, felony firearm as connected to count 1, second-degree homicide?
No contest.
And what is your plea to count 3, carrying concealed weapon?
No contest.
Has anyone promised you anything beyond what we've talked about here today to get you to plead no contest?
No.
Has anybody threatened you to plead no contest?
No, sir.
Is pleading no contest of your own free choice?
Yes, sir.
Your plea gives up all the rights that were listed on the advice of rights form that you signed. Do you understand the rights you're giving up?
Yes, sir.
And do you agree to give up those rights?
Yes, sir.
Your plea gives up any claim that it was a result of a secret promise or a threat that was not disclosed to the court at this plea proceeding. It also gives up the right to claim later that it was not your own choice under the plea. Your plea changes your appellate rights from having the right to appeal to having to seek leave or permission to appeal to the Court of Appeals. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, to the attorneys, are there one of you or any promises, threats, or inducements regarding the plea other than those are disclosed in the record? Ms. Jonas?
None, Your Honor.
And Mr. Mason?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Mason, the reason for the no contest plea?
Civil liability, Your Honor.
All right, that is an appropriate grounds for a no contest plea. My understanding is the parties are agreeing that the court will review Muskegon Police Department report number MU 2521373 to establish the factual basis for the plea as well as resolve any sentencing guideline disputes. Is that correct, Ms. Jonas?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Mason?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so prior to coming on the record, the court printed out the report. I'm going to mark that as the court's exhibit number 1, retain that for the file. The court did have a chance to review it. It's 42 pages in length. Based on the report, that report establishes the factual basis for Mr. Davis's pleas here today. It also establishes that these crimes occurred in Muskegon County. As a result, the court finds the pleas to be knowing, understanding, voluntary, and accurate. Therefore, the court accepts the pleas. For the attorneys, does the court comply with MCR 6.302B through D regarding the taking of pleas? Ms. Jonas?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Mason?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so the court is going to refer this matter to state probation for preparation of a pre-sentence report. We're going to schedule sentencing for next month, September 22nd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Court revokes bond at this point. Anything else, Ms. Jonas?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Mason?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right, we're adjourned.
Steve.